But today we're going to be playing a bit of Total Tank Simulator. Now, this is an upcoming game that features a lot of different tanks, gunmen, artillery, planes, and that kind of stuff. And you could pit them into their own battles against each other, which, you know, actually sounds just as cool as it is. I've already played through the tutorials, which still leaves me in a place of, you know, where I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to control everything just right here. But we're going to be able to show off two things in the game here. We have the campaign and the sandbox. And there's a lot to take in here. If you're familiar with other simulator games, you know, this is going to be a little bit different. This is more, you know, placing as many units as you want and seeing what happens type of thing, you know. Maybe actually starting with the sandbox might be the best route to take here. So starting with the sandbox, it looks like you have a ton of different options here. We're gonna dumb this down to like a 5-minute fight just to give you guys an example of what we're dealing with here. We'll give ourselves a bit more money. You got a few maps that you could pick from too. Let's pick something cool. Let's see. Let's go with an autumn one. Let's go with autumn leaves. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I like that. Play mode. Let's do 1v1. And here you can pick random, or, you know, in this particular version of this game, this early access version of the game we were playing, we could do Germany versus USSR, which is what we would get anyway. So let's go ahead and hit start, and it will load up. So yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of different units to control. There's a lot of different things going on. You can play this game in two different ways. You can basically let the fight unfold the way it's going to unfold, or you can actually take control of the units and help out. We might be doing a little bit of both just to see if we can mess around and do silly things and whatnot. But the fun of this game is actually just placing the units and letting them do their thing. So, let's see here. We have our battle area here. So you can see we have these different red points of interest. These are the points that the all of the fighters need to rush around to and capture. So we could set up, for example, like we'll pick the Germany side, and we can, let's set up a few tanks for these different areas here. And we'll just randomly kind of set these up. You know, we'll try to make the fight as even as we can, but at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be whoever has the toughest army, right? Or at least is the most cunning. Let's see here. We'll put in a couple planes, because why not? Because they're fun. You can also place buildings, so you can put in an airport if you like. So we'll put an airport here. You can also make a barracks. You know, you can do stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Let's switch over to the USSR side. We will try to build as close to possible what we built for the Germany side here. Let me go back. Let's do some more tanks. It won't be exactly the same, but they will be very similar. There's some infantry guys out here. So why not? Just for fun. We got some anti-air guns. These are probably going to be important to put out for planes. Put out a couple of planes. Oh, not enough money. We're out. We're out of the money. Okay, yep, we used 600. Okay, so we could put out a plane. We just have to put out a cheaper one here. Germany still has some money left, so we should probably use up... We're going to try to use up as much money as we can here. Here we go. We got a kamikaze tank. That should be fun to see what happens. Oh, not enough money. 70. Oh, yeah, I guess we are completely out. Okay, so who can we put out here? We can put out... Let's put out some riflemen. And we got $5 left. I don't think that we have anything cheap enough to build there. Alright, let's go back over to Germany. Let's use up the rest of what we got here. Who can we make? We don't need to make anti-air, because the other side does not have planes. But we can create one of these guys here. And we'll just put in a bunch of infantry as well. Let's put a sniper, as we can afford it. Let's put a couple SMG guys, and then let's put the rest as riflemen. So like I said, you are building your own scenarios here, which is pretty cool. You can completely zoom in to see where they're at, what they're doing. You can spin around to see the battlefield a bit, you know, if you feel like this feels equal or not. To me, it feels like Germany is going to win this one, but we'll see what happens, right? So at any point, once you're happy with setting all these things up, you could hit Start Battle. It says there are empty spawners. They will not produce anything. Click on a spawner to set production queue. I don't think that we can actually set up a production queue, but what that means is that your barracks that's down here, we have selected, you can actually select different units for it to create. We did not actually create any on that one or any planes for this one because we were out of money. So we're just going to go ahead and start the battle as is and go for it. So here we go. The battle is started. You can see the two blue planes are taking out the red one here. At any point, you can select a unit. Oh, we're going to have to zoom in probably here. And you can actually select different cinematic views. So if we hit backspace, you could look around a little bit more easily. You could jump in and actually look at what the tanks are seeing as they fight, which is pretty fun. And you can take... Oh no! I was about to take him over, but then he got completely wasted. Alright, so now we're just flying around here. But yes, you can take over a tank. So let's select this guy. Where do we see this guy? Alright, so for example, let's take over this guy. We are now controlling him. We are hitting this guy. And this is probably cheating because Germany's already... Oh! Or not. Not cheating at all. Now you're going to see the top center there, you're going to see the different bars for each army. You're going to see the red and the blue. Whichever bar runs out first is the loser. So, let's see. How are the planes doing, by the way? Now this is where I was saying I'm still sort of getting accustomed and used to the controls here. I do not know how to let's see, let me go to settings real quick. I was looking for... Oh, the USSR one, we missed it. But regardless, I was looking for how to bring the menu back that's on the left side here. So this is early access at the moment. So still learning it. This is my first sandbox game that we actually played around with here. But the menu that's on the left side there, that usually offers all the options like right off the bat. So if you're in the middle of doing something, you want to switch up a camera angle or something like that, you can do it via that menu, which is really nice. But I couldn't get it to show back up. I'm not sure why. But you can see here that Germany actually had more units than the USSR. And the USSR was actually able to take them out. So Germany lost 52 units, USSR lost 26. USSR, you can see back here, still had like some units that didn't even get touched. So they definitely dominated that fight for sure. But yeah, I mean, that's what you can expect with this game. It's just to set up like fun fights like that. And you could, you know, it's probably because of me taking over some of the, or taking over the tank or whatever, probably like completely messed up the, the path of the war there. But anyway, we're going to jump into campaign now and see what the campaign's all about here. There's you have very limited amount of stuff in this early access build. You only have Germany and USSR, so we're just going to take a quick look at one of these here. But in the final game, you can see they're going to have France, Poland, UK, and USA, so you're going to have all those to pick from, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's begin Act 1. And we will just go with RC and normal and start. See how this goes.
Nun herrscht also Krieg. Wir hatten keine andere Wahl, wissen Sie? Die Polen haben unser höfliches Angebot abgelehnt. Wir mussten uns verteidigen. Gut, wir haben zuerst geschossen, aber sie haben zurückgeschossen. Was sollten wir also tun? Nun gut, gehen Sie jemanden töten.
Little comedy there, right? We shot first, but they shot back. Of course, of course. This is an offensive act. You start here. Your goal is to finish in as few moves as possible. Okay, let's see how this goes. This is the final mission. You have to reach it and win it in a specified number of moves in order to win the entire act. Good luck with that. Alright, since this is my first roll here, we'll see how this goes. Alright, so these are all question marks because we haven't unlocked them yet. So let's start with the first one. We're going to get $10,500. Or no, that's what you get for a prize. Your cash limit is $6,000 for this. And your enemies are just going to be tanks, infantry, and artillery, it looks like. So, let's jump in, shall we? I like the stripped-down polygonal look of this game. I like that it's not super specific and super realistic looking. It's just real enough, you know, to pull it off. But I kind of really like the style of it. It makes it feel more cartoony and arcadey that way. And once I master the controls, once I get used to like how things work with like switching between camera and switching between units and stuff like that, I feel like this is gonna be a really fun game to play. Team Deathmatch. Kill all enemies to win the battle. Alright, so they're kind of giving you a scope here of all the different enemies that are around to take out. So I'm assuming we have to actually create our own army here, though, right? Alright, hold shift to remove units. Team Deathmatch. Can't switch to the enemy side. So you can only switch to the enemy side if you're doing the sandbox mode. So they have spent 5,015 on their armies there. We are going to zoom in here and look at what they got going on. So they got tanks right here in the front lines. They got a bunch of infantry over here, like a ton of infantry, and a bunch more tanks over here. They're all light tanks. Are these light tanks as well? Yeah, they're all light tanks. So we have the Panzer light tank to kind of offset that. There's our cannon artillery. We have support units. Armored car. We have mines. That's kind of cool. And we can summon planes as well. So they do have anti-air cannons over here. Cannon artillery. So we could probably summon a couple of planes here. Just see what happens, I guess. Let's go back to tanks. Alright, so with the tank, we're gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna try to overpower them here, because they got 4 tanks, we got 6 there. How many more can we put in? They're only 100 apiece, so I mean, man, we might as well just like crowd the area, right? We're gonna do some infantry stuff over here. Do some fights in the graveyard, that might be interesting and very dramatic. And we still got quite a bit of money here, so we're just gonna keep plugging away here. I'm assuming they made these first campaign levels like somewhat easy, you know, to figure out, and they give you just a ton of money to kind of play around with. We're gonna put a couple of these guys. I don't know if it's better for them to have like an open area to actually see where stuff is at or what, but we'll just put a couple here just to kind of play around with it since this is our first campaign mission. And we'll put a couple of... They do have some light tanks back here backing them up, so we will put in some light tanks over here too. There. What are we at? We are now... Let's hit the 5K mark with these tanks. We'll put another one over here just to make it overkill, because why not? And that's good enough, I think. Alright, let's go ahead and start this battle. Let's see what happens. There go the planes. Oh, and the planes are taking out the artillery already. Look at the red bar going down, 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 down. Blue bar going down, down, down. Now what's cool is you can actually turn on these arrows too, and you can kind of see where your units are heading. This is where the AI is sort of calculating where they're going to go, which is kind of cool. Gotta hand it to Poland. They're doing a little bit of number on Germany, even though they're outnumbered. Not doing too bad. Alright, so we got tanks making their way out. Trying to figure out where to go. We still have a plane. All three planes actually going. We are slowly taking everybody out. Let's see. The church and the graveyard just got obliterated. And it looks like we're heading in here for the final bits here. Tanks versus artillery. So you can see the arrows constantly switching. Oh, there is one tank who's trying to get away. He's retreating. Now everybody's got him in their marks to go after here. He's trying to get away. And there you go. That is a one campaign level right there. So I like the fact that you can actually jump in and fight with them, or you can just watch it all unfold. That's pretty cool. Because I would say most of the fun is like planning where you're going to put your units and stuff like that. So if you figure that out and you're into that, I feel like this is a game you're really going to be into. So that's a victory. Boom. Reward, you get 200 of this, but I don't know what that is just yet. So if we hit OK... Tech tree. Okay, so there is like a tech tree where you can upgrade your units and stuff. That's cool. I had no idea. Here's our officer. We can recruit. But I wonder if any of that is really necessary at the moment. That I'm not sure about. Alright, so these are all locked. The ones that are gray seem like ones that we could buy. Okay, yeah, you can unlock for 100. So we've got 200 at the moment that we can play around with. But the question is, what do we want to unlock? So we want to unlock another tank. We don't have enough for that. We don't have enough for that one. We do have enough for an anti-tank gun. Let's unlock that. That might be cool to have. Got 150 left. What else do we want to get? A sniper. Let's get a sniper. And anti-air flak gun. Let's grab that too, because you never know. Now, if we want to recruit somebody, officer recruitment. Do you want to recruit the officer for 350? Okay, sure. Why not? We just recruited him. New vehicle. Do you want to buy the Kubel wagon for the officer? Okay, sure. Why not? Okay, so he could do upgraded damage and stuff over here too. We do not currently have any more upgrade points at the moment, but still, that's pretty fun that they offer all those options. Alright, so we just did a deathmatch. What is this one here? This is a wave. So it's wave-based? Okay, let's give that a shot. See how it all works. Yeah, like I was saying though, I really like the option that you can jump in to fight with your crew if you want, or you can just watch it all, you know, happen and unfold. I really like that is the whole premise of this. I think that that's super cool. If you get good enough at like jumping in and helping out, I don't feel like right now I know enough about like how the game works to really help in a battle. I feel like I leave it to the computer and they'll figure it out. They'll probably do way better than I ever would. But I like that they offer that option. If you like have a tank and you want to grab one and you want to go to a completely different area and form a different strategy than what the computer is doing, I like that you can do that. Alright, so this is a wave mission. Survive all waves to win the battle. You can only see the first enemy wave right now. Okay, so here we have some infantry, some artillery, and some tanks. They're all coming from this side. So right now it looks like between waves, I would assume that we are just now basically creating... We're probably creating one set of units that's going to take out each wave, is my assumption. So let's go ahead and start creating some units. Alright, so we got the light tank, we got the anti-tank. We're going to definitely build a couple of anti-tanks, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we'll put the anti-tank guys like about here. How about that? They're expensive. They're very expensive. Alright, we got some light tanks. We're probably going to need a lot of tanks. So I'm just going to make a whole bunch. So why not? We got the cannon artillery. Let's go ahead and put a couple of those in. Just sort of randomly here. Oh, that used up a lot, didn't it? Okay, well, let's do a few snipers. A couple over here. I have no idea where the waves are going to come from. So we'll kind of play it by ear here and see what happens. Put all these guys here. Put a sniper around here by the house. Put one over here by the windmill. Like I said, haven't done one of these wave-based ones before, so we're just gonna kind of play it out and see what happens. Alright, what do we got left? We got enough left for a few more tanks. Let's just use these up in tanks. And let's start the battle. Wave 1. Here we go. Woo! Things are not looking good already. I guess I probably should have put out a support vehicle to help repair tanks. What do you guys think? You think that's probably smart? Alright, wave 1. Okay, wave 2. Oh, wave 2 is way up there. Okay. Let's try on the arrows, because I like seeing these arrows, how they calculate. Oh, they're sending a lot of dudes in. They're still looking alright. Oh man, look at the forest burned in the background there. It's quite jarring to see. Yeah, it's all pixelated art, but still. These guys don't really stand too much of a chance against their tanks. Hey, wave 3. Wave 3 is coming from way over here. Alright, let's spin then. So we did have a few snipers at this house that were kind of holding it down, so I don't know if they can actually take out any of the tanks from afar, but we do have their cannons too. Hopefully the cannons will get a head start on taking those dudes out. Yeah, look at the fire starting in the trees there. Man, that is wild. Alright, our tanks are running over there as fast as they can to like kind of catch up here. We're gonna jump in here and check out some of the action while we're here. Run over some trees, what do you say? Oh, I can barely see anything. Hey, I hit that guy. Oop, got hit. There's some unnamed tank over in the distance. Hold T to use repair kit. We're repairing. Very nice. Alright, I'm gonna kind of let the tank do its own thing because I feel like I'm gonna definitely muck it up if I stick around here. We'll go up here and see the end of the fight. feel like we might have this one. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure we do. Where is the final tank? Or the final couple? Oh, he's over here. Okay, so it's the last one. He's still going. He's still going. Our tanks are trying to get him. There we go. You can see his health waning. He's trying to escape the map, and he's got nowhere to go. He's at the edge of the map. And that's it. That's the fight. Hit the summary. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I feel like this is a game that I could really get into because I enjoy RTS games, but I am kind of crap at strategy, like, during them, you know what I mean? Like, making sure I'm making the right amount of units at the right time and everything. I kind of like that I have all of my units available to me at once at the beginning. It helps me kind of figure out where we're going, you know, with that kind of thing. But yeah, guys, that's going to be Total Tank Simulator. This is a really, really cool game. I definitely recommend checking this one out for sure. It's pretty fun. Guys, want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe to us here at Video Chums, because as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we come out with Let's Plays like this all the time. And also, I have my own personal YouTube channel, which is at youtube.com/watchggrc, where you can see me review games, you can see me do some comedy videos, that kind of stuff. I think you'll enjoy both channels. I definitely recommend you check them both out. I don't think you'll regret it. But of course, I'll see you chums